The way Wuthering Waves models keep evolving never ceases to impress. Today I was checking out Qingxiao for academic purposes and then—
Hey, where'd you— Whoa!
My cultivation mentor cannot be this cute. Wuthering Waves' newest lady is doing things to me because I'm usually not a big wuxia guy, but I'm in love with Qingxiao's demure and nonchalant vibe. Her low energy demeanor and ethereal mythical design is cultivating something deep inside of me. And there's a few specific details that got me curious to take a closer look. So grab yourself a cuppa and let's learn a thing or two from our adorable master. But before we take a look at our model in Blender, it would be a crime not to appreciate her stunning shader work and other in-game only details. Wuthering Waves has been slowly but surely improving their shader game over the patches. Some differences can be subtle, but if we focus our attention on her eyes for a second, you can really see the attention they put into having the eyes visible through the front bangs. This can be accomplished by a combination of rendering the eyes and eyelashes in front of the hair with an offset. They also use some kind of masking to have the eye be more transparent towards the end of the bangs, and definitely as you rotate around the character to the side, it will gently fade out. Compare this to some older characters, so Yinlin also does use this, but as you can see, it's not as smooth. But for Qingxiao, this is one of the cleanest implementations they have yet. And it's pretty necessary for her face design because she has really long outer lashes, and it would be a shame not to have those on full display. Next, her hairstyle is so long that it actually has 3 different highlight zones. One near the bottom, one here in the middle of the long strand at the back, and the angel ring, of course, which wraps all the way around her head. They've been tweaking how they do this angel ring type highlight in various ways recently. It has a camera-based nature, but also when you go on the low end and the top end, you can see it pretty much fades nearly all the way out. And that's a nice touch. Here on Mornier, it doesn't fade out at the ends like that, and they may be doing these details on a character-by-character basis. If you look closely, you also noticed her lovely hair shadow details, where it seems to interact with all of the little strands rather than just being a shadow that goes all the way around. And they move dynamically up and down while preserving those strand details. And this requires yet another kind of texture map that biases the light and shadow details of individual strands. This is also combined with some more defined static shadows like you'll see here, and it really goes to show the amount of layering that's involved in these character designs and the shader. Apart from that, the emissive and sparkly parts of her outfit are absolutely gorgeous, and even just the materials here on her backside, as well as this pearlescent, shiny mane material for the main part of the body, has been quite common with the characters within these latest patches. And the combination of different types of materials really completes everything with that glossy jade and that glittering gold on her top, as well as this magical floating thing that goes around her body, and it kind of combines with this emissive striped pattern on her top. Side note, her exploration QOL is really fun. If you check out her thighs, you can see the subtle work they put into how her leggings kind of pinch the surrounding skin and thigh flesh. And they're able to achieve a smooth shadow that wraps around this thigh part that's peeking out of the legging, because instead of simply having these as straight loops, they of course cut the topology in so that it follows that legging shape. And here's a closer look of how it curves around the legging, how the flesh is pinched in. We've got some baked in shadows, and I'm sure this entire detail is something that won't go unappreciated by the thighs community. Another crazy thing is how, if you look at her eyes, right, and you turn to the diagonals, you should see some kind of depth in how the center of the iris goes to the back of the eye. However, this is an illusion because her eye is actually a flat plane, but it utilizes a depth map to fake that 3D eye look. Now, if you take a look at her jiggle physics, it's really quite lovely. They don't actually move around that much, you know, relatively to well, let's not name any names here, but It's really hard to describe it. It's kind of like this soft bounce. But you know, let's just leave it at this. The quality of jiggle matters more than the quantity of jiggle. And that is some good jiggle quality. And I'm not gonna lie, I might be converted to the radial breast topology because of how nicely it handles that detail of how the form of the breast should be centered around the nipple. Here's a look at that on the model. You can see it converges towards the nipple point. And although they're not really poking out, you can still see how it separates like the top half of the breast from the bottom and gives it that form that we know and love rather than just a, you know, a blob. Her legging design is also really great. And although they did hide her feet, unlike that one animated trailer they made when they went all out for no reason, I must say this is a very nice shoe design. Almost looks like a kind of Cinderella glass slipper type of thing. But man, am I being cultivated right now. I also especially love the crease details that go around the back of her knee and around her ankles as well. Those are really well executed, as well as that subtle kneecap detail where the skin is more visible. Man, this is just one beautiful 3D model. So here it is up close, and it's that subtle way that the knee like kind of stretches this fabric area around here. That little highlight and those wonderfully placed creases. As you can see here, near her ankle as well. Gotta take notes. I love her aloof and kind of like stone cold face expression. This is accomplished by the eyebrows being somewhat on a neutral line and raising on the inner corner, accompanied by sleek half-lidded eyes, and as we mentioned, really long outer lashes. Along with, once again, a neutral expression for her lip rather than the signature Wuthering Waves pout, or even the neutral smile that some characters have. And similar to sister game PGR, they're starting to utilize more of these flat planes for the white of the eyes rather than the open eye socket chamber method. The advantage is that it keeps the sclera shadow in a fixed position and uses less verts. And the convex coin eye teams up well with that depth map technique that we mentioned. Her hairstyle is also really unique, and I love the way they've done her center bun, but especially these kind of draped noodle strands that we've got going on here. Kind of making me crave a bowl of noodles right now, held up by these hair ornaments. And again, I'm kind of sad that we don't have her fully modeled feet here, but at least they still paid attention to that bony detail. It's very subtle, but you can faintly see that kind of bony area near the toes. And I know and believe in my heart that they're gonna drop a skin for her in a few months. Ain't that right, Solon? I've seen what you've done for others, Kuro Games. Don't let me down. But yeah, ain't no way they're gonna show off her souls like this and not eventually let the dogs out. I'm gonna get some posing practice in because I'm animating soon. Please excuse the deforms, the rig's not finished. Alright, that's all. That's all I got for now. Not gonna lie, I don't know where her pinky toe went. Very stylized. I could feel it. I feel it coming. How? How is it her again? Actually, scan. What? What? Okay, I guess free 60 coral. Oh, I love this. Yeah, her model is good. Get out of here, Baja. How? That's 3 times in a row I've lost to this. What? How? Something fishy is going on. Something ain't right.
Are you kidding me?
Guys, why does my Daniel look so pink? That might be the fastest S6 Daniel.